tomorrow. Currently, today, right now, it is 2:55 p.m. And at 7 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, the Pacers play their first official regular season game. This game will count against the Philadelphia 76ers at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I'm struggling with words because this is the first game they've played in almost 6 months, right? March, April, May, June, July, August. About 5 months almost. Because play on August 1st and they start play on March 10th for the Pacers. So, almost 5 months since the Pacers played their last game. I have no words. I mean, when the Tigers came back and I got to saw them play their home opener, and the delayed MLB season, I was amazed, and that was awesome. But, like, this feels like it's on a whole different level, just because I've been into basketball for a lot longer. Because I just, a few years ago, started getting into the NHL and the MLB. I've always been a Tigers and Red Wings fan, don't get me wrong, but I haven't started to, like, get into it until these past few years. But I've been into the Pacers for as long as I can remember. Because, you know, in Indiana, from a very young age, you're introduced to very few important things: God, family, school, and sports. Now, the main sport being basketball, but you're also introduced to football at a young age. But the first sport you're really introduced to as a young kid is basketball. It's crazy. Right now I'm wearing my first piece of Pacers signed memorabilia. It is a Thaddeus Young signed hat. Got a nice little Pacers logo on the bottom. My friend gave this to me for my birthday a few years prior, and then I took this to a game. I got it signed by Thaddeus Young, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, this is my first piece of Pacers signed. Actually, wait, no. My first piece of Pacers signed memorabilia is actually right here. Let me show you. This DJ Augustine signed mini poster, I guess is what you would call that. That is actually my first piece of Pacers signed memorabilia. And that is also where I met Paul George, his rookie year. I met Paul George in his rookie season, before he was obsessed about money and spreading lies and just an overall douchebag. You know, back when he was more human, I met him. But yeah, that is actually my first piece of Pacers signed memorabilia. This is my second one, but I have this because I can wear it. That's a poster on the wall. But, like, some of my first memories as a kid are going to Pacers games. The first memory I can think of is a Pacers game. I'm not even lying. Man, I don't remember my first steps. I don't remember my first words. Those were all stories told to me by my parents. But I do remember my first Pacers game. That shows I'm from Indiana. I remember my first Pacers game, my first Colts game, my first Red Wings game, and my first Tigers game. Those were, but my first ever memory that I can think of is a Pacers game. I was actually if you saw it when I was panning up to the DJ Augustine poster, I actually have, again over here, a Beat the Heat poster, because my dad, when the Pacers were playing the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2014, that was their latest Eastern Conference Finals appearance. The one where we actually did decent in. He was working at a warehouse in Indianapolis. I'm not going to tell you the name of the company, but he worked there, and they gave out free tickets to the Eastern Conference Finals for the Pacers. My dad picked them up. The rest is history. I went there. I saw the Pacers beat the Heat. It was cool. It's just, I know I'm never going to take for granted another game of any sport. Pacers, Colts, Red Wings, Tigers, any game, I'm never going to take those things for granted. I mean, when they were playing their scrimmage against the Trailblazers, the first one, and I was yelling at the ref because he made a bad call, in my opinion, which, no, is not every call, but he made a bad call, and like, as soon as I got done yelling, as soon as I just calmed down after that call, I realized that everything just felt right in the world. Like, all at once, everything felt right. It just was nice. You know, watching last night, even though the Tigers lost, watching Miguel Cabrera hit 2 home runs in one game. First time since 2016. Watching that and celebrating was just made everything feel right. Pacers are back. Can't wait. I mean, if we win, then we stay our current seed and we face the Heat. And if we lose, we go down a seed, but we face Celtics in the playoffs, which we beat. We beat them, I believe, 110 to 127. I know the Pacers had 127. I know you're going to say, but in March 10th, in their last game, the Celtics beat them. No, Celtics didn't frickin' beat us, because Marcus Smart. He frickin' hip-checked Aaron Holiday. I already made a video when that game was over. Back in March, I made a rant. But Aaron Holiday got hip-checked by Marcus Smart. Ref didn't call it, or he didn't see it. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. And then it went how it went. So I believe that the Pacers could beat the Sixers, Heat, or Celtics, whichever one they face in the playoffs, guaranteed W. See those 3 teams? All those? That makes a W. See? W. W. That's 4 teams. Another team they could beat. I mean, we beat the Bucks. I think that was without Giannis, though. But we didn't have Victor. So, Not saying those two are on the same level, but like, we might be able to beat them. And the Raptors, I mean, those freaking, I mean, if you haven't seen my Raptors video, where I ranted that, you know, probably had multiple people wishing I was dead, multiple Raptors fans wishing I was dead, go watch that. That was fun. That was very fun. And Raptors fans being like, it would have been better if you said incoherent as opposed to incompetent, because incompetent is the inability to do something, and incoherent is just overall stupid. Even that, even people hating me, I'm completely fine with it. It feels fine. Because getting to debate about sports again, for the first time in, well, not debate about sports. I've been debating about sports this whole time. But, you know, getting to talk about current sports that are happening for the first time in almost 5 months is amazing. Everything in this world, all the bad stuff that's happening, it's all gonna go away because sports are back. If you don't believe me, all this bad stuff started happening once sports stopped. Once sports stopped, everything bad happened. So now that sports are back, don't gotta worry about it anymore. Everything's gonna go away because we're all gonna be too busy watching sports to care about it. And all the bad people are going to be watching sports too, so they're going to be too occupied with sports to go out and do bad things. Sports are back, Pacers are back, and the 76ers are going to wish they never came back because the Pacers are going to beat them tomorrow, and Victor Oladipo's going to play. And we'll see what happens with that. See you guys in the next video.